I am Holly Baglio, your hostess with the mostest, from Holly Television Studios, broadcasting in my beautiful garden home state of Nazi, New Jersey, Forthright Rising. I want my HTV. So I'm canceling plans tonight. I had mentioned earlier on a video, which is on private, that I would be running panels tonight. And I've also said this in the past on a couple of occasions where I wanted to run panels. I absolutely love and adore running panels. But I'm going to be honest. I'm completely drained and tired, and I don't have the energy. I'm still working through my chores. I mean, I wouldn't mind like a personal phone call or something like that, but to run panels, I really would rather feel better and be on top of my game, because honestly, I've run panels when I was upset or not doing well, and I just only ended up falling asleep on my own panel. So I prefer for that not to happen. I'm going to have to cancel. Just, I don't have the energy. Um, I really hate that I confuse the left and right side. I don't know. Um, so I'm sorry, guys. I will see you later. I'm canceling plans. I hope you have a great, happy Friday. And even more than that, Shabbat Shalom. Amanda, I still want to finish our private instant messages with each other. I haven't finished yet. But I got Sava eating and groomed her, and I did some of my chores, but the most important ones I saved for last, so that's what I have to do now. But I'm sorry about the panels. It says I have 0 viewers right now. So anyway, I'm sorry, guys, but I'm tired, and I also have to keep my phone open. I'm waiting for a phone call. I can't keep my phone open if I'm live streaming. And if I am live streaming and it rings, if I forget to put my live stream on mute, then you guys hear everything else. And it doesn't matter that I was doxxed, because you'll just get more information that you really don't need to know. So anyway, I love you guys, and I hope you have a happy Friday night. I love you, Amanda. Thank you so much. They did a lot, a lot. Thank you so much, honey. I pray Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey blesses you and yours greatly in Yeshua's name. Children and fur babies. So, I'm tired, and I have to keep my phone open. I got to get Sava's medicine, and maybe I should have called yesterday, but I didn't want to. Oh, jeez. I'm going to go. I'm going to try to give my cat the best care I can, and possibly eat dinner. Wow, thank you, Amanda. I appreciate it. I can't wait to see them. Doors keep opening. I hate this thing. I swear. You know what I have to do is I have what I need, right? I have these like metal things that you put underneath, and it makes the dresser. Right now, the dresser is not level at all. It's on a slant downward. So I was trying to do. Oh, where'd she go? Wow, this is good. You know what I gave her, Amanda? Here. Bacon. And then I thought, oh no, I did an injustice. I should have got sodium-free bacon, right? Sodium-free because cats cannot have our human salt. Yeah, now, I'm such an idiot. Anyway, she ate a good half of it. That's bacon mushed up in a chopper. And I think she looks kind of content. Yeah, she is so happy. I gave it to her like the past 3 nights. Yeah, look at that face. You see that? I just, all right, so. And I got her groomed today, so she should feel like a princess, I hope. Yeah, she is a pretty girl. But I got her groomed, and I hope to make her even more happy. She did get her melatonin today. I am expecting either the ivermectin or that other something or other, the active ingredient that's in Panacur. I got a product that has the same thing in it, and it's a dewormer, which should stop the cancer. Hopefully reverse the effects on the dandelion root. I'm going to have to feed that to her. I'm not looking forward to that because I already struggle through her medicine. And God forbid if I get the side wrong, like, just... So anyway, guys, I'm sorry about not running panels, but I really do need my cell phone open. And more than that, even if I was on my computer, I still... Thank you guys for sending me up your prayers. I have to say I'm really humbled. Oh, before I go, can I read you something? I want to read you the Bible. I never did get to read you Dan Bedondi's Holy Bible about being double-minded. And being double-minded, I'm not trying to insult anyone, but if we have altars, you know, half of us feels one way and the other half of us feels a different way about one subject. Okay, that's double-minded, but that can also go back to altars, you know. Well, anyway, today, let me get a drink of water. Hang on a second. Eat these, hang on a bit. No, hang on, big girl. All right. I opened this up. Now I'm gonna, please, not right now. No, please, not right now. She has been so pampered. I can't give her any more treaties because she's already broken the diet. And go lay down. Go up on the bed. Go lay down on the bed. Oh, you're such a pretty girl. I love you. I love you, honey. Bunnies. Lay down. Stop it. I'm gonna read the Bible. Lay down on the bed. I love you, but lay down. With my little pirate smile. That is a typical sign of having TMJ lockjaw. And my doctor never treated me for that pain. And it was so bad my tooth chipped. See it? Anyway. So today I was farting around the house, talking to Abba, trying to listen to what he tells me to do, that still small voice, and following that still small voice. And he told me don't smoke a cigarette in your car, so I didn't. He said it's bad enough you smoke, we'll get you out of it, Holly. You'll rely on my power, strength, and authority, and we'll get you out of that. But I need you to obey me. I have been disobedient, and I repent for that. And that was the first thing that Abba told me in December, along with Bridge. He had showed me a verse, and he said, Holly, be obedient. Also, whatever I show you and whatever I tell you, I want you to write. I'm not pointing the finger at you guys. I love you guys more than I can rightfully express. I'm just trying to lead us both closer to Abba and what he wants and his will, because he is the truth. He is the actual light. He doesn't have to bring it. He's the actual light. So today, Abba and we had that long video earlier, which I put on private, but you remember we were talking about a lot of topics, right? The FEMA camps and being put through a guillotine, because people add a rapture and subtract the two resurrections, and there's a woe in the Holy Bible for it. There is, and it applies to all of us, whether saved or not saved, in and to Yeshua. People hate hearing that. I'm already losing viewers. Anyway, so today I opened up my Bible. I said, Abba, I want to read it. So I opened it up, and Abba turned to Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 18. So I read Hebrews chapter 11, verse 18, all the way down through and including verse 40. And then I thought, turn back the page. Let's go to the beginning of Hebrews 11. I'm going to pause and say hi to my chat room. Pam, I love you. I'm about to send you an email and thank you, but here I am distracted. Brian, it's nice to see you. Amanda, I love you guys. A lot, a lot, a lot. Okay. Well, it's not what I say. I'm just trying to reiterate what I learned from Abba and what he tells us in the Bible. So, this was very interesting. This was very interesting. And I'm going to tell you now, at the very end of reading this, I said, Heavenly Abba, do I get to see your promises? I got to ask, do I get to see them? Because I have often thought, here we are in tribulation, but what was it like for people at the beginning of time, as well as in the middle, and now here we are at the end, at the very end, and the different perspectives, past, present, and future. So listen, I know y'all got it out for NIV, but I don't like listening to pedophiles named KGV. Now faith, we're going to start chapter 11 Hebrews. Just listen. Listen, I'm not telling you to do anything besides take it to Abba, but listen to what this chapter says. Now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. This is what the ancients were commended for. By faith we understand that the universe was formed at God's command, so that what is seen was not made out of what was visible. God's command, so that what is seen was not made out of what was visible. By faith Abel offered God a better sacrifice than Cain did. By faith he was commended as a righteous man when God spoke well of his offerings. And by faith he still speaks, even though he is dead. By faith Enoch was taken from this life, so that he did not experience death. He could not be found because God had taken him away. For before he was taken, he was commended as one who pleased God, Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh. And without faith, it is impossible to please Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. By faith, Noah, when warned about things not yet seen. In holy fear built an ark to save his family. By his faith, he was condemned. By faith, he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness that comes from faith. Excuse me for being choppy. By faith, Abraham, when called to go to a place he would latter receive as his inheritance, obeyed and went, even though he did not know where he was going. By faith, he made his home in the promised land like a stranger in a foreign country. He lived in tents, as did Isaac and Jacob, who were heirs with him of the same promise. For he was looking forward to the city with foundations, whose architect and builder is God. By faith, Abraham, even though was past age and Sarah herself was barren, was enabled to become a father because he considered him faithful who had made the promise. And so from this one man, and he as good as dead, came descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and as countless as the sands on the seashore. All these people were still living by faith when they died. They did not receive the things promised. They only saw them and welcomed them from a distance. This is so poetic. Hey, Lynette House, it's great to see you, honey. And they admitted that they were aliens and strangers on earth. People who say such things show that they are looking for a country of their own. If they had not been thinking of the country if they had been thinking of the country they had left, they would have had opportunity to return. Instead, they were longing for a better country, a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared a city for them. By faith, Abraham, when God tested him, offered Isaac as a sacrifice. He who had received the promises was about to sacrifice his one and only son, even though God had said to him, "It is through Isaac that your offering will be reckoned." Abraham reasoned that God could raise the dead, and figuratively speaking, he did receive Isaac back from the dead. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau in regard to their future. By faith, Jacob, when he was dying, blessed one of Joseph's sons and worshipped as he leaned on the top of his staff. By faith, Joseph, when his end was near, spoke about the exodus of the Israelites from Egypt and gave instructions about his bones. By faith, Moses' parents hid him for 3 months after he was born because they saw he was no ordinary child, and they were not afraid of the king's edict. By faith, Moses, when he had grown up, refused to be known as the son of Pharaoh's daughter. He chose to be mistreated along with the people of God rather than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a short time. He regarded disgrace for the sake of Christ as of greater value than the treasures of Egypt because he was looking ahead to his reward. By faith, he left Egypt, not fearing the king's anger. He persevered because he saw him who is invisible. He saw him who is invisible. By faith, he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood so that the destroyer of the firstborn would not touch the firstborn of Israel. By faith, the people passed through the Red Sea as on dry land. But when the Egyptians tried to do so, they were drowned. By faith, the walls of Jericho fell after the people had marched around them for 7 days. By faith, the prostitute Rahab, because she welcomed the spies, was not killed with those who were disobedient. And what more shall I say? I do not have time to tell about Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, I don't know, David, Samuel, and the prophets, who through faith conquered kingdoms, administered justice, and gained what was promised, who shut the mouths of lions, quenched the fury of the flames, and escaped the edge of the sword, whose weakness was turned into strength, and who became powerful in battle, and routed foreign armies. Women received back their dead, raised to life again. Others were tortured and refused to be released so that they might gain a better resurrection. I'm going to repeat this one again for the rapturists. Others were tortured and refused to be released so that they might gain a better resurrection. Not rapture, resurrection. I got to underline that. Some faced jeers and flogging, while still others were chained and put in prison. They were stoned, they were saved in two, they were put to death by the sword. They went about in sheepskins and goatskins, destitute, persecuted, and mistreated. The world was not worthy of them. They wandered in deserts and mountains and in caves and holes in the ground. They were all condemned for their faith, yet none of them received what had been promised. God had planned something better for us so that only together with us would they be made perfect. Okay, so they were promised something back then that you or me are going to see right now. And it takes them and us together with Yeshua to fulfill that promise. When Yeshua returns his second time, he's going to set up reign for 1,000 years. And during that 1,000 years of reign, physical 1,000 years of reign, he will fulfill all of these promises. His 1,000 years of reign is not figuratively. It hasn't started yet. He hasn't returned. And when he does, it's only for a second time. There is no rapture. There's another verse for you in that. I hope that this video treats you well, and I know I love it because I kept it under 30 minutes. Finally! Go read Hebrews. I love you.